Yeah, what's good, y'all? Mr. Fouché, I'm back, and today what I want to talk about is flexibility, the importance of flexibility, and why we should incorporate flexibility training into your workout. Now, little background: I used to play high school football. Um, I after high school, I got into I was a boxing trainer, and then I also was doing mixed martial arts and jujitsu. Jujitsu was a big thing for me. I love jujitsu. I love martial arts still to this day. Um, Not so much in boxing, but in jujitsu, um, working flexibility was very big, right? And the reason is because in jujitsu, it's a grappling art, meaning you're working for submissions, you're working for tap outs, and you can't do that if you don't have good flexibility, right? Especially with your legs. There's submissions that require your legs. There's even moving your hips and working, to get out of certain holds and stuff like that. Excuse me. You need good flexion. You need good flexion in your hips and your hammies, everywhere. In bodybuilding, fitness training, we neglect, even athletes, we neglect flexibility training. We don't look at it as, something that we need, something that we should do. You know what I mean? Leave that up to females, yoga trainers, and stuff like that. When that is 100% false. 100% false, especially when you're lifting heavy fucking weights. Excuse my language, but heavy weights is something that we need to start doing more often before and after our workouts. You look around, especially in the NFL. In the last couple of years, there have been so many people, with knee injuries. Jordy Nelson, Odell Beckham, they've suffered knee injuries. I'm not saying that they're just because their flexibility training, but my personal point on it is you're less likely to have those type of ligament sprains and ligament pulls and tears if you have good flexibility. Football players, athletes, bodybuilders, we lift so much heavy weight that we put so much tension on our joints. And if we don't loosen that up, that's where the tears and the pops and the sprains and all that. That's what happens. You know what I mean? I think about let's take our tricep for example. So we do, we're doing tricep pull downs. We're doing tricep dips, all types of stuff, right, for our triceps, and we don't stretch them. The tighter that muscle gets, the more tension you get on this elbow. And it gets sore, plain and simple, right? So we need to stretch all of this out. The tighter our tricep gets, pulls on our shoulder. Same thing with our chest. The tighter our chest gets, and we don't stretch out our chest, it pulls on all of this. Same thing with the knee. The tighter our quads get, it pulls on the knee. It's just what it is. Our hammies, the tighter our hammies get, that causes lower back problems, right? If we don't stretch these things out, we lift so much heavy weight that it's compressed, especially like squatting. I see so many guys, they get up, doing 405 pounds. I've seen crazy amount of weight being pushed with a squat. I've seen crazy amounts of weight being pulled doing deadlifts, right? And not to say that these particular people don't do it, but I know a lot of bodybuilders, a lot of athletes who don't stretch like they're supposed to. It's important. We have to do it. And it doesn't take anything. 20 minutes before, 20 minutes after, you know what I mean? You have to stretch. Loosen these muscles up so that you're not pulling and tearing ligaments. Number one cause of ACL, MCL tears, because you got tight hips. If you're not loosening up these hips, hey, you're risking pulls and tears. That's what happens. That's what happens. You know what I mean? So, especially like in the off season, you got athletes, football players who will lift weights all off season, and that's great. That's how you build strength. But it doesn't help if you're not stretching, because you're risking tears. All that lifting weight, you're gonna risk a tear. And they do so much cutting and turning. Like football players and basketball players, they don't play a vertical game. They're not running straight and back like track stars do. They don't do that. Football players, basketball players, tennis players, they play a lateral game, side to side, up and down, side to side. You know what I mean? Their change of direction is quick. And if you don't have good flexion in your hips, in your hammies, those glutes are too tight, you're going to risk pulling something because they're too tight. Now, me personally, it's my rest day, right? So, hold on. My lady said my videos be too long, so I'm going to try to keep this joint short. Now, there's multiple stretches that you can do. You got static stretching. You know, a lot of football players, athletes, they know about static stretching. You know what I mean? They know about, the bent over hamstring stretch, the quad pull, stretching the quads, you know what I mean? You got your lunges to loosen up the hips a little bit. We know about the static stretching, but there's multiple other stretches that you can do. You know what I'm saying? Dynamic stretching is one big thing. That's something that you should do before working out. It's like your warm up. A dynamic stretch is something you do that mimics the warm up, the exercise that you're gonna do. Example, body weight squats. Yes, you get a little strength training with that, but you're not putting a bunch of weight on your body and then moving it. It mimics what you're gonna do, right? You got self-myofascial release, SMR, better known as foam rolling. Me personally, I'm a big guy. I have very thick, dense muscle underneath my fat, right? If you see my Instagram, if you see my videos before this one, you can see I'm not solid, but I have a lot of muscle. I carry a lot of muscle. So like the basic foam rolls you see, it don't really work for me. Some people use pipes. I got this beauty right here. This is just it's a core. That's what it's called. And it gives me a lot of tension. It's tougher. It's not like your typical foam roll. It's not foam padded. This is pretty solid. So 280 pounds on my muscles. I'm gonna loosen these bad boys up. These knots that I got, I'm gonna take my time today, and I'm gonna foam roll my entire body. Back of my shoulders, my neck, you know what I'm saying? My lats, my back, my hammies, my quads, my calves, my shins. Hit the entire body. Hit the entire human movement system. That way we minimize any muscle imbalances. So, take my day off, drink my water, a gallon. I think this is my second one today. Actually, I got a meal prep today too. But I'm a foam roll. Get this popping. And I also got this. If you watch my videos when I first started, one of my biggest points, my biggest weak point is my gut, the stomach, right? It is not just because I got a fat stomach, it's because my core is just not strong. Not like it's supposed to be, not like it should. One of the biggest reasons is because I got this fucking keg in the way, you know what I mean? And it disrupts a lot of my movements. you can see, and well, I got a video, maybe I'll find it and post it, of me squatting. And I couldn't, man, my stomach was all in the way. It was uncomfortable. But I got this little ab roller. Start doing these things 20 in the morning, 20 before I go to bed, and gradually move up. But being that it's my rest day, I'm a foam roll, well, core roll, I'm gonna call it. It's definitely a little bit harder than a foam roll. Self myofascial release. I'll probably do some static stretching too, maybe. I'll see how I feel. And you know, relax, get this water, man, and rub these knots out, man. Rub all of this the lactic acid and everything about my system. So that's what I'm doing today. Like, comment, subscribe, follow the movement. Yeah. Alright. Today, I know earlier I said that this was just supposed to be a rest day. I did some flexibility training. I was speaking on the importance of flexibility training and creating good flexibility throughout your entire body. Now, I stretched. It was awesome. I did my ab work with my ab roller. It was awesome. But for whatever reason, it kind of like gave me that boost. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad I'm glad that I actually did stretch, because I wound up going to the gym, and it was a leg day. We made it a nice leg day. Mad squats. I did front and back squats. Did some leg presses, and we did leg curls. Now, it wasn't light, but it was it wasn't crazy. You know what I mean? Even though we didn't do a lot of movements, like I didn't do any lunges, I didn't do any hamstring, not hamstring, quad presses or nothing like that. It was still good, you know what I'm saying? Like, we did a lot of sets, good weight, mind you, and it was supposed to be my rest day. And since I spoke about the importance of the flexibility training, now I got to go back and actually stretch again, right? The weight that I in the video, hopefully you'll be able to see it if I set it up right. I did a set at 315. I did 6 reps. Although I could have did more. I'm gonna get me a belt just to be safe. You know what I mean? I don't want to throw my back out. But the reason I mention that is because my lower back is super, super tight. You know what I'm saying? It was very, even after my I did a set of 225. I think I did like 2 sets of that. And my back is tight. You know what I'm saying? And my client asked me, he said, "Yo, how your back get tight like that?" You know, I'm good. He said he was good. I'm clapped, like I'm messed up. And he said, "Yo, why is that?" And I said, my hammies, my hamstrings are extremely tight. My hammies and my hips, my glutes, they're extremely tight. That's why I foam rolled earlier. I wasn't expecting to go to the gym, but I did foam roll, and I'm glad that I did. You know what I'm saying? But now I got to do it again, just because after those squats, my lower back needs to be loose. And it's not just my hammies, it's also my lats. Both muscles, they're very strong. I posted a picture on my back. You can check my Instagram. Even in my back workout, if you look, my lats, they're big, right? I have a wide back. And between all the lats, the rows and all that good stuff, the lat pull downs, and between the hamstring curls and the squats and everything else, it's pulling on my lower back. It's very, very tight. So I'm gonna go do some static stretching. I won't foam roll, but I will do some static stretching, focusing on my hamstrings and my hips and my quads. I got to do my quads too, just because they're pulling on my knees too, but it's not as bad as my lower back. All your muscles are connected, right? If your muscles are tight, it's going to cause problems within your movement system, right? Like if your tricep is tight, your elbow will probably hurt. If your chest is tight, you might have shoulder problems because they're pulling. You know what I'm saying? So bodybuilders, we have to start incorporating flexibility training, even if you don't, show your clients or whatever on your YouTube channels. You should at least be doing it for yourself. I preach that a lot to my clients because I have to start doing it, and I gotta practice what I preach. I have to start doing this flexibility training, right? Because ain't nothing worse than not being able to move. Like you can't bend over and fucking tie your shoe. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of that's worthless. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm 29 years old. I should be able to do that with ease. Not that I can't, but as an example, you know what I'm saying? My hands are tight, so I gotta practice what I preach. I'm gonna show y'all some clips of our workout that we did, and I'm gonna get in here. I ain't really hungry. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll eat something. I don't know. But I did eat before I went to the gym. But I'm definitely gonna go stretch and do my thing, man. Get my water, get it popping, man. Check me out. Like, comment, subscribe again, man. Show me some love, man. Comment, definitely talk to me. Have some interaction. Tell me what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Show your boy love, man.